Of course, you can prove negatives. I mean, another dumb kind of claim that you see online by atheists or whatever is that, oh, you can't really prove a negative, but guess what? Of course you can. So, if you show that something is a contradiction, for example, then that is something that cannot really exist. So either there is a contradiction within something in itself, or a contradiction within something and something else that is true, right? These are ways to show that something doesn't exist, that something isn't true, ways to prove a negative, if you will. You can also, for example, I can say that, oh, in my observation, now in my experience, there is no red monkey that throws rockets and makes explosions or whatever, right? They may say, well, how do you know? But I'm just talking about my observation. I'm looking at my own observation. Notice how I'm not even making a statement about the world out of my mind, because they may say, oh, maybe it's there and you don't see it. Yeah, but I'm making a negative kind of claim about my experience, and guess what? I can show it to be true. Of course, they may say, oh, proof it's only about things which are true in all possible worlds, a negative claim about all possible worlds, but I can still say that it is not possible for there to be triangles with 800 sides. Why? Because triangles have exclusively 3 sides, no more, no less. But there is the claim that they have 800 sides and that they have exclusively 3 sides. So there's a contradiction, therefore it's false. So yeah, either by contradiction or by finding extreme kinds of evidence for them when it wasn't supposed for there to be evidence of them. So I find evidence that there is no monkey, but I wasn't supposed to do that if, let's say, the claim of there is a red monkey who throws explosions. In my experience, if that was true, right? If there was such a thing, then I wouldn't have the evidence that it's not there. So that's another way to do that. Of course, guess what? The claim you can prove a negative, that's in itself a negative claim. Negative claims are just propositions in the form of not A. So it just starts with a not. So it is not the case that's all it is. Of course, you can prove that. You have to be pretty bad at philosophy if you think you can't. So, of course, they may say that, oh, the statement you can't prove a negative, oh, that's a negative, I can't prove it, but it's still true. Well, not really, because I just showed that it's not true, so it's a false thing. Then guess what? Any positive claim, it's also a negative claim in a sense, right? So the claim I am walking, it is not the case that I am not walking. So any claim is a negative claim. So if you can prove a positive claim, you can also prove a negative claim, right? So there is that as well. Of course, they may say, oh, I'm not talking about this double positive. Yeah, but guess what? You can still, by contradiction, show that, or by, other kinds of